Coming to the stage, performing the New York City Underground Comedy Festival, Julie Notwitz coming to the stage.
Fuck it, let's get out of here. You guys are great. Got locals here. I'm originally from New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And no one believes me. They're always like, oh, you don't have the accent. I'm like, I know, I pronunciate. Then I stab them and steal their wallet. You ever want to stab a mime just to see how committed they are? That's why you're my people. I love you guys. The only thing Brooklyn about me is my criminal record, and that is true. I've been arrested for shoplifting, or as I call it, shopping. It's me walking around a store going, $12.99? Bullshit. But when you shoplift, they make you take a stoplift class where you sit in a room for 6 hours and, you know, they have someone lecture you. And the whole time the teacher's like, you see, when you steal a product, the price of the product goes up. And then what are you supposed to do? I'm like, fucking steal it? I thought I was ahead of the game here. But I love living here. I think we have the best homeless people. New York wins the award on that. Like, fuck Broadway, watch homeless people. So much more entertaining, but you know, you gotta be careful, right? They got a lot of attitude out there. I had a guy come up to me asking for $1, but while he's asking for it, he's smoking a cigarette and blowing the smoke in my face. Like, great way to get sympathy, homeless man, right? I tell this guy no, he starts cursing me out, telling me to go to hell. I'm like, hey, buddy, maybe if you quit smoking, you can afford the crack and booze you're looking for. I don't understand why homeless people have attitudes anyway. They're not rich enough to afford it. It's kind of like ugly girls that are bitches. It's like, you're not pretty enough to act that way. You can't be a bitch and a 42A cup. It doesn't work that way. And I'm glad you guys agreed to the reality of this world. If you're ugly, you should be as nice as possible. Didn't make up the rules on that one. I like you guys are assholes like me. It's match made in heaven. And we're all drinking tonight? Hell yeah. I have to be careful with drinking because alcoholism doesn't run in my family. It gallops. But I'm sick of people call themselves, like, mean drunks. Like, I have a friend who's like that. You know, he's like, yeah, after a few beers, I turn into a real asshole. You know what? Alcohol doesn't turn you into a different person. It makes you tell the truth. So if after a few drinks you start acting like an asshole, maybe you're an asshole. I'm actually more of a stoner. You got any potheads here? Of course, from the comic section. No, but so what? I'm the only unemployed one here. Cool, I'll take it. Yeah, I love pot. Like pot or not, you have to appreciate it because if it weren't for us, chocolate-covered pretzels would never be invented. You're welcome. But I do love pot, part of my everyday routine, you know, but only thing I do hate the munchies, you know, because pot's the only drug that'll make you have like 3 slices of pizza, a bowl of ice cream, 2 apples, and a jar of olives in one night, right? They say marijuana leads to other drugs. Fuck that, it leads to Weight Watchers. That's where your fat, stoned ass is headed. Because we're obsessed with diets in this country, aren't we? Oh my god, I'm on a diet right now, but I'm not trying to lose weight. I just can't afford food. And I figure, hey, why not try anorexia? With all the money you're saving, you'll hardly notice how hungry you are. Because you know you're broke when you find yourself saying things like, you know what would go great with this mustard? A sandwich. I am unemployed though, and I used to work at a pharmacy. Let me tell you guys something. Next time you go to a pharmacy, try the Valium. It's delicious. Valium plus beer plus Guitar Hero equals an awesome night. You're like, I don't know what I'm playing, but my skin feels amazing. And they put me at the pill counter. Good choice. Put the shoplifter at the can and pill section of the pharmacy. Right? I treated pills like Twix bars. You know, one for you, one for me. Paydays and Vicodin. Awesome. And the best part whenever you have to count pills, the pharmacist always has to check it, and I swear to God, the pharmacist I worked with, his name was Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was the pharmacist in charge. And the great thing about him, he would point out all like the weird drugs to me, you know, like he'd be checking, he'd be like, you know what this is for? Schizophrenia. You know what this is for? Hepatitis C. I was like, this is some fucked up Mr. Rogers show. I don't want to say you are ruining my childhood right now. But you get a lot of crazy people come in. Like I had this crazy woman come in one time, and I knew she was crazy because she had smeared red lipstick, like a gray messy bun, like a moo-moo, like the full crazy costume going on. And I'm trying to explain to her how many pills to take, and she flips out on me out of nowhere. She's like, don't fool around with me. I can't get in touch with my doctor, and I want to know how many pills I'm supposed to take. And I was like, holy crap. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, your doctor did call. He said, take all the pills at once. With a tall glass of vodka. And if you're able to call him in the morning, you did it wrong. People get on my nerves. You know what I can't stand anymore? People who think they're sophisticated because they know how to use chopsticks. You ever been to a restaurant with these people? First of all, they sit at the head of the table, right? Like they're the chopstick sensei. Keep in mind, this person, always white. I don't know what it is about us white people, but whenever we know something exotic, we think we're goddamn superheroes. Right? So you got Captain Sophisticated up here, trying to make sure everyone knows how to use the sticks properly. And if you can't get it, they try to teach you. And if you still can't get it, they call you a dumb American. I'm like, yeah, I'm such a dumb American. I know how to use a utensil that's made to pick up food. The fork, that's the one thing we got on Asia, the fork. Right? But then again, we got obesity, so kind of lost the battle on that one. I mean, that's why Asians are so skinny, right? They're working out as they're eating, you know? Halfway through the meal, they're like, fuck it, I'm not even hungry anymore. Moving on. I don't know. It's hard out there, though. I'm starting a date, which is fun now. Here's a little advice for the ladies out here. If a guy ever tells you they have a PhD in cuddling, that means they suck in bed. Yeah, and how I wish that were a joke, too. I had a guy say that to me. He rolls over after the full minute. And he says, he's like, I have a PhD in cuddling. Yeah, and a GED in fucking. It was so boring, my pussy yawned during that. This joke lasts longer than he did. He rolls over a few minutes later, he's like, you ready for round two? I'm like, oh, I don't think so, Dr. Cuddles. I gotta heal before I take another minute of this bruising.